Hello, people of the internet. I need to make this video because this is something I just need to talk to someone about. Because no matter who I talk to about this, it just doesn't seem like much happens. And I hope maybe posting this on YouTube might help with this. See, I was groomed by a 20-year-old woman back when I was 16. We met on Omegle, and she gave me her Instagram, and we talked on Instagram for a bit. We became really good friends, and we became really good friends, and I even helped her out of a relationship out of a bad relationship. And eventually, and she was accepting of everything I told her about. And whenever I would come out to her about things that I maybe was a bit afraid that she might be scared of or dislike or find gross or something, she'd always be accepting. She was one of the first people outside my family who I came out to about being trans. She was also, she was, or at least I thought she was, a very accepting woman. And so eventually I started to feel more than just a friendship. Eventually I thought of her and I was thinking, this woman is so kind and so accepting. I can't see myself with anyone other than her. So I came out to her about my feelings. I told her how I felt. And she accepted that, and we became friends with benefits. And eventually we did some things over a video call, over two video calls. And yeah, then around the time I was about to turn 18, she told me to stop flirting with her and to stop, and stuff. And I told her that, and I wanted to know why, because it came out of nowhere and I had no idea what was going on. I wanted to make sure I didn't do anything. And it would have taken quite a while to adjust, but she didn't really give me the time to. I told her, I don't understand why, and I was trying to respect her boundaries, but sometimes things would just slip out, I would get so used to talking to her in the sexual way I talked to her before that I started talking to her that way again, just because that's what came to mind. Then all of a sudden, she stopped responding. And later I learned that it was because she blocked me on Instagram. I didn't quite understand why. Because we were doing so well, and I figured she understood that I was just taking time adjusting to talking to her, without anything sexual, right? And I thought, well, she didn't, she wouldn't just do this to me because we were friends. She knows I'm trying to be better, and she knows that I respect her and that I really love her and care about her. And so I thought to myself, well, someone must be making her not talk to me. Someone must have blocked her or blocked me on her behalf. So I went out of my way to look for her, to make sure she was okay, because I was terrified that she might be hurt, that someone might be keeping her, someone might be preventing her from having friends because of jealousy, or preventing her from being, friends with people. And so I was terrified. I was actively looking for her, trying to find her. And eventually I did find her. And I talked to her and I told her how I felt. That I was genuinely in love with her and that I was creating these new accounts because I was terrified that I saw that we were in a good relationship and that things weren't going badly. And so I told her, like, I told her about what happened. I told her that I was terrified for her safety and I was making new accounts to make sure she was okay, and to try and talk to her just in case she was in any form of danger. And that I was terrified for her safety because I cared about her, and the only reason I was doing that was because I had no idea why she left, and I couldn't think of any reason why I couldn't think of anything that would have made her want to do that. So I was terrified that someone was keeping her, that someone was hurting her, because I knew about her relationships in the past, and her not and she is a level of naive with people too, and I was terrified that might have been getting her into trouble, or maybe she was getting hurt or something. I just wanted to make sure she was okay. And then what happened when I told her the truth? She got mad and she said, "Well, if I block you, that means I don't want to talk to you." And then she blocked me again. Which, I guess is true, but it's like I don't know that didn't know I was blocked because it's Instagram, and even though I did, I didn't think there was any reason why she would block me. So I was terrified that maybe she was hurt. I only was doing that out of concern for her safety because I was her friend. I then later realized that the relationship we had wasn't me wasn't like a good thing. She was manipulating me, trying to use me, because I realize now that she blocked me around the time I was about to turn 18. One thing I should also add, and sorry if this story comes out a bit out of order, it's hard to talk about emotional stuff and keep it going straight. She did say that she would take my virginity once I turned 18, that I would get to go to the Philippines and visit her, and that she would do that. And so I just wanted to add that in somewhere because I feel like that's an important thing, but I didn't remember it until after I was nearing the end of the story. So yeah, I was trying to well, it's kind of the end of the story, I guess. Any more talking I do isn't really going to be saying anything worth hearing. It's just going to be me crying about how much this sucked. I'll go ahead and I'm not sure if I should say her name or who she is or not, because she's a pedophile and I don't want her to hurt others, but I also, Stockholm syndrome, I really care about her. I don't want to be honest about who she is with the world and then have her get arrested. I don't want her to get hurt. Because no matter how much she hurt me, I know that I still want to be her friend. Because that's what I thought we were. And apparently we weren't. I actually made, I should point this out. I actually made a video about her when I was on my search for her, trying to see if she was okay. And that was my last hope, to try and get her attention in the hopes that maybe she could tell me whether she's okay or not. So if you saw that video, this is who I'm talking about. I don't remember if I said her name in the video or anything. There was another video I made that she commented on, although I don't really remember it, because I deleted those two videos for obvious reasons. They're connected to someone I don't really want to be thinking about. So I know I could have just deleted the comment, but I didn't want to. It was back before my transition, so I had a beard and stuff, so I didn't really want to keep that video up anyway. Yeah. So I don't know what this video is going to do, honestly. And I guess it's just going to give me a chance to speak, a chance to tell people how I feel. But it's not really going to do anything, I don't think. I guess I'll put some of her social media stuff in the description, because I don't know, I just don't really feel comfortable saying these things out loud. So, I don't know, just so you, I don't know, and I don't want you to, like, harass her or anything, but I just want you to bring attention to what she did. And it's kind of hard to do that if I don't tell you who she is. So I'm going to go ahead and put her, some of her social medias in either the comment section or the description. I'm not really sure which, maybe both. It doesn't, but as I said, I don't really think this is going to do anything. I usually have trouble coming up with an outro because I just can't come up with one, but now I genuinely just can't, because, you know, this is a bit bigger of a deal. But I guess, goodbye. Like, for now. I'm gonna make more videos, by the way. I just realized with my tone, it makes it sound like a final goodbye. I'm not gonna disappear off the internet after this, by the way. This is just a goodbye for now. So, I'd say see you later, but I'm not gonna see any of you, because you're not, that's not how videos work. So, bye.